Emotions have been running high after 3 people arrested following Friday night's incident involving more than 30 bikers and an injured police officer.
So one of the people accused is set to face a judge this morning. We want to check in with RICCI. She's live with more on the charges they're facing.
Well, all of the charges, Daniela and Patrick, are felonies, and the list is long. They include reckless driving. They include eluding police officers on a police chase, a high-speed chase, assault on a police officer, possession of crack cocaine, just to give you an idea of what's going to happen inside the courthouse today. Only one of them, though, Kemoni Mitchell, 22-year-old out of Providence, will answer to those charges inside the courthouse later this morning. Let's take you to the scene as it unfolded Friday afternoon around 4 o'clock in the afternoon. This is the intersection of Atwood Avenue and Randall Street in the city of Cranston. That's when police say a police officer on patrol in the area noticed a group of about 30 bikers and ATV riders were driving recklessly through the area. One of the riders reportedly stopped her bike in the middle of the road, and the officer says was intentionally blocking traffic. Now, according to the colonel of the Cranston Police Department, the officer approached her, she pushed him, he took her to the ground and placed her in custody. At that time, the rest of the bikers reportedly surrounded the officer, according to the colonel, one of them driving his bike over the officer's legs. Others began attacking his cruiser, all while witnesses looked on.
A cop flies right over, grabs him, takes care of him. All of a sudden, all of the guys surround the cop car and the pedestrian's car with branches from the ground, smashing the windows. It was awful. And he's calling for backup. There's cops. It was like 8 cops. It was crazy.
And the scene didn't stop there. We're told that the bikers began to disperse, and then the officers began to chase them, crossing city lines, and also having to arrest 2 of them eventually. In addition to that, the surveillance video that you saw, there are members of the biker community that say there's more to it that the police are not saying. We're going to talk all about that coming up at 6:30. For now, live in Warwick, RICCI, 12 News.
Story this half hour, police focusing on another incident between police and a group of bikers.
So this latest incident happened Friday, and it left a Cranston police officer hurt, 3 bikers in custody. One of them is going to face a judge this morning at Kent County District Court.
12 News reporter RICCI live at Kent County Court now in Warwick with the very latest.
And that suspect is 22-year-old Kemoni Mitchell of Providence. He is accused of driving the getaway bike, if you will, for the suspect who's accused of running over the officer's legs with his bike. Let's bring you to that chaotic scene as it unfolded Friday afternoon around 4 o'clock, intersection of Randall Street and Atwood Avenue in Cranston. Police say about 30 bikers were driving recklessly through the area when 23-year-old Cheyenne Bovair of North Providence abruptly stopped in the middle of the road. That's when police say a cruiser approached her, took her to the ground and into custody. This surveillance video appears to show that chain of events. Meanwhile, other bikers began to attack the cruiser, and police say 33-year-old Eduardo Rivera ran over the officer's legs before taking off on his bike. Rivera eventually hit another Cranston cruiser, busting his bike, and he jumped on a second one, allegedly driven by the man in court today, Kemoni Mitchell, to continue to evade police, both of them together. But let's get back to that surveillance video one more time, because it also appears to show an SUV running over a dirt bike, and that, members of the biking community say, is what caused Bovair to abruptly stop, and that, they say, precipitated this whole incident.
This lady hit 2 bike riders and put one of them on the ground, and then aggressively moved through the pack, if you want to say fleet, the scene of a crime.
All right, so Cranston police have not confirmed that there was a collision between an SUV and a biker. We will go ahead and bring that to their attention and ask them that one more time today. In the meantime, the other 2 suspects were arrested in Johnston or Providence in that area after a pursuit there, and they are scheduled to be arraigned at a later date, both in March and April. Today, once again, Kemoni Mitchell expected here in Kent County District Court. We'll be inside for that arraignment to hope to learn more about the incident. We'll bring you more as soon as we learn it. For now, live in Warwick, RICCI, 12 News.